Mikey got the hit though.
I think this is going to be useful for the community to continue to evolve and just, like you said, get to know our consciousness. And just getting to know our consciousness is getting to know consciousness itself, which is everything. Everything is consciousness. So, that's a video I'm making real soon on consciousness and breaking down just the deepest aspects of it, to levels that myself I've never seen before. Like, I never seen nobody break it down in the form that we're gonna break it down in that video. And we're also gonna make a lot of different books on consciousness, because everything, once again, is consciousness. Science within itself, is the study of consciousness, being the study of knowing. Like, science being the art of knowing, all the same thing. It's all one and in the same. And it's something we're going to be learning and mastering, understanding that we're going to be learning and mastering within the Ascension Matrix and, Source Empires. Through learning the law of acceptance, it was a principle that as I was studying, I had came across, just noticing, it's an aspect of how our subconscious mind, or just our mind in general, picks up on everything. So as I was studying the different universal laws and different principles, and just pretty much just going down the rabbit hole of life, the law of acceptance and the understanding that you have to accept yourself for what you are in order to come to a truthful state of being within yourself, so that you can actually see things for what they are. Because if you don't accept things for what they are, then you could never see the truth. And if you can never know the truth, then you could never do what's best. You will always be stuck in an illusion. So, accepting all of my aspects. And I'm still even doing work on the law of acceptance, because there's certain things that I won't accept in my reality per se, that I know are violations. But just learning the totality of what is acceptance within itself is what this question is leading me to. But yeah, that's how I came to accept all aspects of myself, though, through the understanding that at least I don't have to accept them in my life, in the senses of I don't have to just accept what anybody wants for me. I have my own free will to experience the experiences that I prefer to experience, and to create those experiences. I don't have to accept the narratives of others as the truth in my reality, but I do have to accept what the truth is, the truth of reality. So, there's levels to it, and I feel it's levels to everything, of course. I don't think I can possibly answer that question, because reality is infinite. But I can answer in the senses of giving y'all the seed and the portal. I can open the portal right now as I speak about it, for y'all to explore it within this video. To answer the question, it's gonna lead you to your answer. The reason why I say it's not possible for me to answer that is because reality is infinite, and that means it has infinite facts. So I can't sit here and drop all the facts and all the truths of reality, right? But that within itself is the truth of reality, right? Reality is infinite within itself. Consciousness is the core of reality. Consciousness is reality. Consciousness is what makes up everything. In a way, everything else that we see is a program embedded in the energetic structures of the substance that is consciousness. Because consciousness is simply pure awareness, and then when you give that pure awareness or programming, like consciousness is sound, it's also light. The light fields come from the sound fields, and right now I'm speaking in accordance to what the Emerald teachings say. Guardian Alliance, shout out to Ashana Dean, Voyagers, and all her material. You know that the Emerald teachings, which are the original teachings of life in general, because we all come from something that is called the Emerald Covenant. There were 3 different, we could say, eternal collectives of ascended masters that manifested from the ascended master levels, aka the sound fields, into the primal field, into the primal light fields, which became Elohai Elohim, Blue Flame, Seraphai Seraphim, Gold Flame, and the Brahma races, which are the Violet Flame. And these will be thermoplasmic solar Rishi beings. They're called solar Rishi beings. They're also called meta-terrestrial beings. And they created the extraterrestrials, and they also seeded, per se, the universal time matrix. There's different founders to different universal time matrices, but the founder of this matrices is called the Melchizedek family, as they called it, in, I believe it's Architects of Light, which is another book written by Ashana Dean. Reality within itself is consciousness, and everything you see is a manifestation of that consciousness, and that's what makes up the truth of it. That is the truth of reality, on a factual basis. Now, obviously, there's infinite emanations and representations of that truth in many different ways, angles, perspectives, beings, species, energetic structures, chemicals, particles, organisms. Pretty much just everythingness that we see is made up of the same thing, which is, we call it matter, or carbon matter in this universal time matrix, which is atoms. And even beyond atoms, we have chelons, which is what is making everythingness. The chelons are the primary particles. Actually, they're made up by other smaller particles, but chelons are basically like atoms, but they're like the basis to energetic particles. So they're even like smaller than your atoms. Like atoms are actually made up of chelons. I mean, they say atoms are made up of quartz, and I'm not sure how many levels below like quartz. I don't know if chelons are right below quartz, but I know chelons. According to the Emerald teachings, they're made up of other like energetic smaller particles that are called particae, particle, particum. That makes up a chelon. And based upon my understanding, the chelons is like how atoms make up everything. Chelons make up everything on all levels, pretty much. So that's why chelontic science is the mother of all sciences. One is the root of all sciences, because it's dealing with chelonta being the language of sound, light, and symbols. Sound and light being the primordial elements that create reality, and reality is literally, if you look at a symbol, right, is literally image describing reality itself, that is symbolizing or signifying something that already exists. So reality within itself is a symbol. So, and it is sound, light, and symbols. That's what reality is. So reality is chelonta. And going back to the principle of we are everything and everything is us. Everything is everything. Because everything is made up of these particles, and based upon the energetic programming and structure that you give to the particles, you create a specific shape. right? And based upon more programming, you create a specific substance and type. You create more shapes on top of shapes, top of more shapes, and you give it more programming and more programming. Because source is infinite, so it just keeps amplifying itself, multiplying itself, recreating, creating. So yeah, that is the truth of reality, at least based upon my understanding. Well, what I'm seeing is basically based upon the condition of this planet and everything that we have gone through, as a collective, all the mutations and all the blockages that have been developed on the DNA of the individual thus far, and just in the planet in general, resulting in like us literally having this in our bodies because we are direct extensions of the planet. We are the planet, and the planet is us. We are a part of the planet, and the planet is a part of the universe, and so on. The planet is the universe, and it's a tiny speck, but it's a speck of the universe, right? So in a way, because our light bodies have been programmed, and literally there's been harmful technology, like I want to use the term artificial technology, but when I say artificial, I'm not talking about like modern day phones and computers and things of that nature. I'm talking about actual like chelantic technology, once again, crystal technology, crystalline technology. Talking about advanced technology, things extraterrestrials built. Just the integral understanding of knowledge, the mind, the magic itself, right? Magic is a technology. We are technology. We are natural tech. Technology is simply systems put in place to fulfill a path. It's the same thing as a system or a program. Technologies are made to facilitate a task or a job. It's not something that is separate from the structure or the fabric of reality. We're actually using everything that is disposable in the universe. Like, it's not possible for you to create outside of the universe itself. Like, it's crazy to think that because you made something. Right now we're talking about the concept of when people say man-made shit, right? And they try to say that, oh, man-made is the artificial intelligence, when that's not true at all. Like, man-made tech is the same thing as like just anything, because man, so-called, is an aspect of life itself. It's an aspect of reality. So now we're talking about man, like man is separate from reality, right? And I don't even like see me even saying that is crazy, because how can you be separate from reality? You can't. So that just shows you right there the that will be the original understanding, right? The original knowing, like, oh, we are all aspects of reality. We are reality itself. We are actually the structures, literally, shape forms, the internal aspects of life itself. We are life, experiencing life. We are living the life that we are, right? The reason why I'm able to understand that is because I have parts of my DNA online, and I have healed aspects of myself. I remove blockages from my light bodies and my DNA to allow me to process this level of information and just identification of self, because that's all I'm doing. I'm identifying myself once again as everythingness. I'm only identifying what the purpose of everything is from an individual standpoint, right? From a minute level, even like you could call it like subatomic, or microscopic level. It's kind of like there's beings that don't even talk like me and you do. They don't even like they just live their life is just so completely different in the senses of they're already interconnected to everything. So, and so are we. So, like, their life is just completely different in the senses of what they think. Like, I can't even like speak what they think in this language. Not to say this language is limited, but because we are breaking things down to a fractalized version, we're studying the fractal versions of ourselves. And we're putting those fractals together because that's basically what everything is. That's what happened, right? When there's a blockage or there's a trauma or there's a war that happens and there's a lot of damage that occurs to the planet and the DNA, the trauma manifests as miasma, which is like dead energy or stagnant energy. And then this stagnant energy is what creates the mutations that doesn't allow the consciousness as the DNA strands, right? Because the DNA strands are made up of consciousness. So levels of intelligences, the different levels of intelligences will be the different levels of consciousness or awareness regarding every dimension. So because we have these mutations, we have these shadow aspects as well that literally are distorted. And what that means is like these beings don't make sense. They don't. Their sense is this. They are the sense, right? Because your sense is this you again. So it's like your sentience is. See, and you see how we say your sentience down to the point where beings down here are possessive as fuck. You get what I mean? Whereas though we have to say you, your thought, like we don't even understand that anything that we say is, we're still talking about us, because everywhere, everything. When it comes to relationships in this planet, it's pretty much like everybody is displaying the relationship that they hold with their self. Everybody is just expressing the relationship they have with their self based upon their ideologies, expressing their ideologies, their thought forms, the internal integral programming that was that they inherited. Now some are conscious. I mean, all is conscious, but some are like, we can say like strong enough to break out of the programming that like is being given to the masses and the frequency that's being pumped in. And usually like these will be like your indigo individuals because of their genetic composition and things of that nature. But to relate it to relationships is like, until an individual is not in harmony within their self, in a sense of, to be truly harmonious, you have to know the truth, because you can't be truly harmonious without the truth, because that's not true. That is not true. Like, you're literally living in a false state of harmony because you think reality is something it's not. So to be truly harmonious, we have to understand ourselves for who and what we are. Learn what has to be done in order to create that harmony for ourselves and continue to harmonize the rest of the universe, or the other aspects of ourselves that may not be. Now, there's universes other than, obviously, like besides this one, that are harmonious, and everybody loves everybody, and everybody's one with everybody, and that's where advanced civilizations come from, and we have literal angelic nations, billions of them. So for this planet is definitely like the war is definitely what the psychological warfare that's being played on the masses is what's like distorting, creating these distortions and distorting the relationship between the other fractal versions. Because when this planet, in a way, like these parts blew up from Terra and fell down here, right? Because for the people, they're gonna have to tap in with Voyagers, bro. I'm gonna make videos on this, but they spoke about this on Voyagers. So, talking about the fall of Atlantis and things of that nature. So, these are fractal versions of tarot. Like, the humans here, they're also fractalized versions of tarot, and actual fractalized versions of the of the angelic human beings, the original prototype. So the beings down here are only parts of the being, in a way, like the beings up there, if they didn't fall completely, like if they fell completely, now you have all these fractal versions here that are one soul, and they're supposed to come together to ascend back to the soul matrix, the harmonic universe density 2. We're gonna let the people take a chance to digest the information and study, right? Tap in with Voyagers. If y'all got any questions for me, book a consultation. Feel me? We got many different, or counseling session. We got many different types of services. Soul guidance. For those of you that are interested in just professional help when it comes to mastering yourself and learning how to master information, fully understand information being life force, vitality being life, being power, being consciousness, knowledge, and wisdom. So learning how to master the totality of reality, the totality of yourself, and what you are as source. We're handing down light codes for equal energy exchanges and chakra cleanses, things of that nature, which are all serving to further elevate and simply pour energy into the individual's light bodies to keep building, to keep strengthening the natural programming within your being, and removing the artificial, satanic, the demonic, Luciferian programming, or whatever type of FA, negative alien agendas or implants, anything of that nature. We have the keys and the codes, and we're gonna be, dropping them on here on YouTube. So y'all make sure to subscribe. And like I said before, if y'all want some exclusive services from the Ascension Matrix itself, we are a Psychic League Guardian Academy. So tap in with us and go check out the Ascensional magazine posted by the Get Baked Omniverse. There's a lot of truthful information within the magazine. Within that magazine is beautiful eye therapy. Overall, the magazine is a portal for ascension. Y'all want a beautiful resource that is going to assist you with the elevation of your being, y'all go tap in with the Get Baked Omniverse and their Ascensional magazine, Get Baked Reflections. And shout out to the goddess Season Love for assisting me with, this whole process. She set this whole thing up. She is a multifaceted, multi-talented goddess, video editor, film producer, artist, performer, and divine healer, divine guide. So she offers all those services for y'all. So if y'all interested in anything of that nature, and y'all feel called to the name Season Love, tap in. Let us know. But yeah, with that being said, wholeness to y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have yet to do that. And yeah, that being said, peace.